Aurora City leaders held a town hall meeting today, and the migrant gang controversy was not on the written agenda. Thanks for joining us today at 5 o'clock. I'm Marshall Zellinger. Former President Trump's name never came up this afternoon at that town hall with Aurora's mayor and police chief, but his rhetoric about a Venezuelan gang was front and center. Kevin Vaughn from our 9 News Investigates team joins us from Aurora. Kevin, how quickly did the subject of the Tren de Aragua gang come up, even though it wasn't on the agenda?
Marshall, Aurora's new police chief brought it up without even being asked about it, and it came up repeatedly. About 50 people crowded into a community room at Aurora's library. They heard about work in the city's schools, about development plans, and about the police department's need to hire more officers. But the conversation also returned several times to crime, specifically the assertion by Trump and others that a Venezuelan gang has taken over the city. Police Chief Todd Chamberlain on the job about 2 months, and Mayor Mike Kaufman again pushed back on that narrative.
This city is not overrun by TDA. This city is not controlled by TDA. I'm going to stand up in front of you right now and say that is an incredibly false narrative. It is a narrative that is not validated or backed up by any statistics, any data, any information.
You know, it's a political environment right now. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. There's one side that says there's never been a problem. There's another side that says, yeah, the whole city's overrun.
There are about 10 days left until the election. I talked to Mayor Kaufman after this meeting. He said he's looking forward to the end of the campaign and all the focus on Aurora and this gang. Marshall?
Hang on. The mayor thinks that an election date is suddenly going to make no one talk about this anymore? Is that what I just heard?
I don't think it's no one will talk about it anymore, but it won't be daily stump speech fodder anymore, he's hoping.
One last thing. I heard the Aurora police chief talk about this being a false narrative. When former President Trump was here at the Gaylord, he had a photo opportunity that we're seeing photos of right now where he was standing side by side with former President Trump. Kevin, did he give any indication that while he was standing side by side with the person who came here to make false claims that the city was taken over by a Venezuelan gang, did he say, hey, I took that opportunity to tell him he was false?
Marshall, he did not say that. In fact, Trump's name never came up during this discussion. The talk was about this narrative, this false narrative that they're pushing back on. Trump's name was never mentioned.
Something you and I should probably follow up with the Aurora police chief about. Thank you for being out there, Kevin. Today's town hall was scheduled earlier this month, unrelated to the new reporting by 9 News Investigates. We obtained new documents about the Aurora apartments at the center of that migrant gang controversy. Those documents show the city and the property owners knew about the growing problems at the apartments last year. More on what we learned ahead on 9 News at 5:30. She was severely injured on her job enforcing the law and spent the rest of her life changing laws. Dale Kosy was laid to rest today. 40 years ago, she was a Denver police officer when a crash on the side of the road confined her to a wheelchair. 9 News has followed her story since that day. Today, our Evan Krugel shows us the lasting legacy she created for disability rights.
Dale Kosy was helping a stranded motorist in 1983 when she was hit from behind by a car on I-70. The crash left her without the use of her left leg, leading her to become a champion for disability rights, not just here in Denver, but across the nation. Parking in one of these spots requires proof of a disability, a nationwide policy that's all thanks to a Denver woman named Dale Kosy.
It was amazing how much she touched people.
Nana Will was Gail's best friend, but didn't meet her until after Kosy made the news while on patrol in 1983.
Dale Kosy had stopped to help a motorist in the airport tunnels. When she went to the back of her patrol car, she was hit from behind and thrown into the trunk.
Kosy lost her left leg and the use of most of her body below the neck, but she gained the ability to create major change.
Excuse me, were you aware that you were parking in handicap parking?
Kosy went on to create a national model requiring placards for people to park in accessible parking spaces.
The people using the placards can be questioned as to, what their identification is, and to check and see if the placards are issued to that person. Lift up, Give.
Thank you.
Good girl.
Kosy also helped change state law to allow service dogs, like her dog Vip, into all buildings.
She was almost a teacher at heart. She looked at life as teachable moments and looked at educating people. That was a big thing for her.
Her best friend says she did it all with a smile and fierce attitude. She was well known for ramming her chair into doors that were not properly equipped with accessible entrances.
And so there was no way for her to get in, and she would literally ram her chair until somebody heard her, and they'd come up and up. And she'd go, "Thanks for answering the door." Yeah, she was a hoot to be around. She really was. And I'll miss her dearly.
Dale Kosy passed away last month at the age of 67. And today was remembered at a Denver church, a tireless advocate and community servant whose impact will remain ever present in this community.
The world was a better place with her in it. And she made it a better place.
In Denver, Evan Krugel, 9 News.
Adams County deputies suspect road rage in a shooting this morning on I-25 near Highway 36. One man was injured, but deputies say he'll survive. The shooting shut down 3 lanes of I-25 this morning, leading to unusual Saturday rush hour traffic. Those lanes are long reopened. I'm not one to try to tell someone how to feel when writing the lead to a story, so let's just say it's warm, it's October, and that's unusual. 9 News Weather Impact Team meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen is here with a forecast for everyone, including someone who wants what you're going to tell us later in the week.
Exactly. This is not October, Marshall. This is not the October we know and love. Why can't we have like 15 days like yesterday? Today was a little too hot for my blood and probably most of us. We do have at least one nice cool day coming, and that's going to be on Wednesday, but we'll have to get through some more heat first. It was a clearer day. We haven't been seeing the foothills that clear in several weeks, so at least we had that going for us. The temperature is pretty warm. We got up to 77 degrees, official high temperature in Denver today. As we go into tomorrow, well, this is the rest of the night here, forecast to be clear. Pretty comfortable weather here. Maybe a hoodie by about 8 o'clock, 8:30 tonight. Tomorrow, 79 degrees. So the potential for warmer weather is in the forecast for tomorrow. Maybe a couple of degrees warmer, could even hit 80. Here's the forecast highs for the Front Range here. You see all these temperatures a good 15 degrees above normal. Even the foothills and the mountains clocking in at some unusually warm temperatures. So near record temperatures on Wednesday and Monday. That will come with some elevated fire danger because of the gusty winds, the dead grass, and the dry air. And we are still tracking that storm system that's coming in on Wednesday. Temperatures, the high temperatures could be in the 40s that day. So we're going to be looking forward to that, but let's get through the heat first. More on that forecast coming up later.
40s. You know, when the University of Colorado left the Pac-12 for the Big 12, I thought part of the reason was the scheduling of late night games. Not too keen on that while a part of the Pac-12. I'm wrong. Because for those staying up late tonight, CU's football team could become bowl eligible with a 6 win when they play at 8:15 against the Cincinnati Bearcats. John Treach is here. CU's biggest rival lately has been bowl eligibility.
And performing well in night games. It's tough on the alumni too, I've heard.
Yes.
The Smoky Hill grads over here.
Oh,
yes.
you remember both
yes.
bucks.